Doesn't it seem like these family vloggers, these mommy bloggers, they all seem to have, these families always seem to have some sort of controversy. Whether it was Daddy 05 and being mean to his kids for views, or the Ace family getting, this, that, and the other, getting involved in all sorts of other stuff. Well, now you have 8 Passengers. It's a defunct YouTube channel which turned into what many believe was a cult. She was a online parenting advice YouTuber, and now she's in the clink. They have this business called Connections with an X that many people believe are very suspicious. That channel is still around, I think, but the other channel was deleted. Her 12-year-old son climbed out of a window in her home in Evans, Utah, and ran to a neighbor's house Wednesday asking for food and water, according to an affidavit filed by an officer. The neighbor also saw duct tape on the boy's ankles and wrists and called law enforcement, the affidavit said. The boy was taken to a hospital where he was put on a medical hold due to deep lacerations from being tied up with rope and for being malnourished. Franke's 10-year-old, the woman's 10-year-old, was also later found malnourished in the Hildebrandt's house and was also taken to the hospital, officers said. 2 other of Franke's children were in the custody of CPS, the affidavit said. Both Franke and Hildebrandt were arrested on suspicion of 2 felony accounts. Franke requested an attorney did not speak with officers, the affidavit said. The attorney had not been publicly identified. Yikes. And this woman has here's just a sample of, this woman.
I just got a text message from Eve's teacher, and she said that Eve did not pack a...
This is her 6-year-old daughter she's talking about. Whoops.
I just got a text message from Eve's teacher, and she said that Eve did not pack a lunch today, and can I bring a lunch over to the school? This happens quite often when you're raising children, because I know that her teacher is uncomfortable with her being hungry and not having a lunch, and it would ease her discomfort if I came to the school with a lunch. But I responded and just said, Eve is responsible for making her lunches in the morning, and she's actually
6.
told me she did pack a lunch.
6.
So the natural outcome is she's just going to need to be hungry. And hopefully nobody gives her food and nobody steps in and gives her a lunch.
My bedroom was taken away for 7 months, and then you give it back like a couple weeks ago.
I don't think our viewers know that.
You've been sleeping on a beanbag.
I've been sleeping on a beanbag since October, and they gave my room back like 2 weeks ago.
They took
I'll
the
give you
kid's
the reason
room.
why I lost my bedroom. I think so. I think this is the reason. At least this is the reason that's been in my head. It's pretty funny, but now that I look back, I mean, it's pretty depressing.
No, we never told our viewers.
That I woke Russell up at 2 in the morning and told him that we're going to Disneyland and he has to pack, and he got up.
So a totally harmless prank from a brother to a little brother, and the mom took his bedroom away and made him sleep on a beanbag chair for
and
7
made his
months.
bed all neatly, and then packed all his clothes in a suitcase. And then he walked out the door, and I'm like, Russell, he's like, what? And he's all happy, has his sunglasses on.
Do you think it's funny? Because
And then I walk out, and
if you
Yeah,
think it's
it's
funny,
hilarious.
then that was 7 months ago. Maybe you need longer without a bedroom.
it was not.
No. In this home, you don't get personal space.
This is also another video?
Because I'm the parent. If you want your own personal space, you'll need to get your own space. This is mine.
So Franke's business partner, Jody Hildebrandt, also spoke in a video on the pair's shared Connections YouTube channel about how pain is meant to be a teacher for children. Well, I mean, it is. It is a teacher. I don't think it is a tool that a parent should use. Franke, who gained fame online through her YouTube channel, 8 Passengers, was taken into custody Wednesday after, of course, we talked about the 2 kids. I mean, the kid was duct taped and being held without food for who knows how long. The other kid, too, not feeding your own kids. Since the arrest, the online forum has been set up, which documents examples of worrying statements made by Franke and Hildebrandt in their videos. In the video about withholding lunch from her daughter, who was said to be 6 years old at the time, Franke said the girl's teacher sent a text and she hoped that she would be hungry, which we talked about. What's interesting is all of this stuff. You see, Franke in another clip said that her husband, Kevin, told the 2 youngest children they would not receive Christmas gifts while their 4 siblings would because of bad behavior. Kevin and I decided that we're going to give the gift of truth to them this Christmas. She said, Franke said that they made the decision after the children's behavior failed to improve, after they were kept out of school and forced to scrub floorboards at home. They treat their kids like, I don't know, boot camp? Criminals, maybe? Slaves? I was really hoping that keeping them home from school and wiping floorboards would really bring pain. Like, oh my gosh, I really want to change this behavior that I've been exhibiting. That actually is not an effective way to teach people. She added that she told the children that she would literally do anything to invite you into repentance. She talked in another video about refusing to give her kid personal space at home. Her estranged daughter, however, Shari, has since said the police were warned for years about the claims before they finally acted. Her daughter, Sherry, is now claimed relatives have been trying to tell the police and CPS about this for years, adding that she's so glad they finally decided to set up and the kids were safe. She posted the message on Instagram with a photo of police outside the home saying, finally. In a further suggestion of Franke's bad behavior was known by relatives, a statement from her sister said that they had kept quiet on the subject for her sister for the sake of the children. The statement posted by Ellie Meacham, Bonnie Holyline or whatever, and Julie Daru to each of their Instagram accounts said, for the last 3 years, we've kept quiet on the subject of our sister, Ruby Franke, for the sake of her children. Behind the public scene, we have done everything we could to try and make sure that the kids were safe. The sisters are also YouTubers, and they said they wouldn't feel right moving forward with regular content without addressing the most recent claims. Once we do, we will not be commenting on it further. Ruby was arrested, which needed to happen. Jody was arrested, which needed to happen. The kids are now safe, which is priority number 1. Well, they're in with CPS, but what's wild, too, is Franke's husband, Kevin Franke, who shares the 6 kids with them, has said he's trying to keep his children together following the arrest. Kevin's attorney, Randy S. Kester, told Paycheck that his client's urgent focus simply to keep his children together under his fatherly care. The 4 kids were taken by CPS following the police investigations, unconfirmed if the children were related to either Franke or Hildebrandt. Both women have been previously criticized for their teachings on parenting collaboration on Hildebrandt's life counseling service Connections. According to an arrest record, a child fled through a window in Hildebrandt's house in Ivans and went to a neighbor called police. I mean, ghoulish, cult-like behavior. I mean, remember, like Scientology has their, what do they call it? Their Navy thing. The channel had 2.2 million subscribers for documenting their day-to-day endeavors on social media. With her husband, the mother of 6 came under fire in July after footage resurfaced of her allowing her daughter, who was 6, to go hungry because she forgot to make her own lunch. Look, that is harsh. I don't know. I feel like that's something, I'm not like that outraged by that. You got to teach a lesson. Make sure you bring your lunch. Missing lunch one day isn't going to kill you. But it's interesting to me that there's parenting and then there's this, which is like creepy. And the you know, the rabbit hole goes extremely deep. And there sure seems to be something indeed with these family vloggers. I'm not saying they're all bad, but I'm saying it seems like the big ones have a lot of problems. The fact that you had your kid duct taped up is just sick. Now, I hope you were informed by this video. I will continue to keep up on this story. If there's anything new and important developing, please do click that subscribe button down below or follow wherever you're watching it. And we'll talk to you again real soon.